This broadcast is partnered by BetterSleep, one of the world's top-rated sleep apps designed to help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling refreshed. I've never been a consistent sleeper. These days, I rarely get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and I usually wake up feeling like I barely rested. So I decided to try BetterSleep for a few nights, and honestly, it really helped me. One standout feature is the sleep recorder. I had no idea how much I was tossing and turning, or that I even snored when I sleep, until I played it back. That kind of feedback is super helpful. But what really hooked me were the sounds. I love the water sounds, rivers, lakes, rain, and many others that instantly help me stay calm. And the background music? Incredibly relaxing. It's not just great for sleep, it's perfect for meditation too. You can mix and match over 300 sounds and create your own vibe, whether it's white noise, ASMR, or ambient soundscapes. So if you're like me and you struggle with sleep, head over to trybettersleep.co/Alyx and start your 7-day trial for free. Sleep is a crucial part of your overall health, and if you're not getting the rest you need, it can seriously impact your physical and mental well-being. So don't wait. Download the BetterSleep app and start getting the rest you deserve today. Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. It is my pleasure to come up here and talk about WWE Evolution 2, all women's wrestling pay-per-view. The last one we got was in 2018. Now that one, it was a fine show. That one was respected based off the fact that it was the first. The inaugural pay-per-view. As a show, it was passable. It was good enough. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, just being good enough, that's not going to cut it anymore. Nowadays, there's a standard that needs to be met. There's a standard that needs to be hit. And if the women are going to get the respect that we all feel they deserve, they're going to need to really be able to deliver on a level we know they can deliver on. And I thought, going into Evolution, I'll be real with you, it felt like WWE was undercutting the women from getting the show that we got tonight. They wasn't getting the hype. They wasn't given the TV time. A lot of these matches felt thrown together at the last second. A week ago, the ticket sales were very low. 5,000. Maybe a little bit over that. But it was nowhere near what we got tonight. It wasn't looking good. It looked like the pay-per-view was being set up to fail. It felt like a show that did not matter. It looked like things were not going to be good for the women. But when it was all said and done, I do believe, and this is not hyperbole, this was one of the best pay-per-views that I have seen from WWE in a long time. Definitely, without question, the greatest all women's pay-per-view of all time. If you need an example of how women can draw, if you need to use anything as an example to prove that with the right storylines, with the right wrestlers, right performers, in the right spots, the women can deliver too.
Incredible show. Naomi deserves this. Banger after banger. Lash legend shined. She needs to be Naomi's muscle to protect her. Evolution 3 better happen.
Oh, let's get something straight. Because of this show, there needs to be an Evolution pay-per-view every year. Not every other year or every other 5, 7, 10 years because you felt like it. After tonight's show,
A 10 out of 10 show. No matches were bad. Ended with a generational main event and a shocking cash-in. Big E was on the money. Evolution 3 next year, please.
Like he said, after this show, we better have an Evolution every year. The women have shown you, once and for all, it doesn't matter whether you're a woman or a man. If you can deliver on a high level, you deserve to have your own show. I think WWE has reached a point now where you can carry your show with just the women. And that is a major statement. That's not being woke. That's the reality. That's a real life statement.
Hot take. This show was better than WrestleMania.
Ed Young, I'll go even further than that. When it's all said and done, this might be the show of the year. Yeah, I said that. You'll find me another show that had a shocking ending where Naomi cashed in her Money in the Bank contract, not on the SmackDown Women's Championship, not on Tiffany Stratton, but on the Raw Women's Championship match. Cashing in on Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, something we all did not even think was a possibility. We all just assumed that Naomi was going to cash in on Jade Cargill at SummerSlam. I know I did. In my head, I'm like, well, duh, she's cashing in on Jade Cargill. Bianca's going to help her. This throws a wrench in everything. Because now Naomi, since she's Women's World Champion, she's being moved to Raw, right? So she's going to Raw, and it's looking like her first opponent is going to be Stephanie Vaquer. Clash, well,
Clash of Paris will be a better PLE because of the crowd itself.
Three Douglas, good to have you here, my man. The Superchat World Champion is in the building. Now, let's be real. Clash in Paris is further along, okay? That's in August. SummerSlam is coming up in 3 weeks. Now, can Naomi get past SummerSlam to get to Stephanie Vaquer? I have a feeling now that she inserted herself into this feud between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, this is now going to be a triple threat. I'm assuming that's where we're going with this. Naomi, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. I did not see this coming. If Naomi gets past those two, she gets Stephanie Vaquer, Clash in Paris. Now, I don't know about you, but the idea of Naomi being Women's World Champion gets me so excited. This woman has busted her ass for over a decade. For over a decade, since the 2000s. She's been around since the 2000s. Day in, day out, on the road, 300 days. 300 days a year. Going from a funkadactyl to now your Women's World Champ. Remember, guys, in 2022, she walked out. This woman walked out because of the disrespect. They did not see her on the level that she is now. Remember, Sasha Banks walked out, and we thought we would never see them again. In my head, I thought that's it. That's it for her run in WWE. She had to go prove herself, prove her credibility, earn her respect on the Indies, in TNA, and then come back. And then after she came back, she had a bit of a lull. We were getting kind of worried for her. I myself thought she might have made a mistake. And then the storyline of a century happened. Jade Cargill got attacked, and it was revealed that Naomi was the one who attacked her. She took this role, made it her own, told everybody to proceed with caution. And from that promo onward, I said, give her all the belts. Give her all the belts. And I think Triple H himself said, oh no, she needs to be my Women's World Champion. Now, I was thinking she would be the WWE Women's Champion. And I'm not saying she won't be in the future. But Triple H had different plans.
Fans will be upset about how predictable WWE is but get mad when something they predicted didn't happen.
Let me tell you something. If anybody's upset about anything on this pay-per-view, if I see anybody say anything negative, that means you had to look for it. That means you had to spend hours nitpicking every little second, fast forward, backtracking, pausing. Exactly at 1.5 minutes in,
WWE should completely ditch the 5-match PLE structure and stick with 7 after tonight. It's the closest that they will get to perfect.
Honestly, like, everything about this show is perfect. And I agree, like, it felt a lot more full, it felt more fulfilling to have more than 5 matches for once, because that was one of my issues with a lot of Triple H's pay-per-views, is that there's not enough matches. Saturday night's main event felt very hollow because it was only like 4 matches. Here, you had a solid, easy 7 matches. Every single one of these matches delivered. Not a single bad match, a single bad moment on this show. Everybody killed it. Everybody stood out. Everybody got a chance to shine. Everyone came out looking better. From the moment the show opened, we got that fantastic opener. Becky Lynch, Bayley, Lyra Valkyria. They tore it up. The crowd lost their minds. The crowd got up, showed them respect.
Awesome PLE worth all my time. Jade looked really good.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is your reigning, defending International Super Chat champ, Drew Usher. Will he be able to keep the title before we get to SummerSlam? We'll have to find out. But they kicked it off hot with that triple threat. Becky, Lyra, Bayley. They went hard in the paint and did not stop. That match was incredible. Becky retained, but you know what? Lyra and Becky came out looking better before they went in.
Tonight proved exactly why this formula remains supreme. 3 hours 30 minutes being the sweet spot for a PLE.
And I think people are going to remember this more than the 8-hour show. And no knock on All In. All In might be AEW's best show all year. But when it comes to pay-per-view of the year, I think this one might top it. And I'm serious. I think All In was special. But overall, Evolution 2 is going to have a bigger significance. Because this show had a lot to it. Blake Monroe, a.k.a. Mariah May, had the fastest heel turn I've ever seen. Literally debuted, what? A little bit over a month ago? As a babyface, and she's already a heel. She had one match as a babyface, and they turned her heel. I love it. That was great. I like how they protected Jordynne Grace and her loss with JC Jane, because I was thinking Jordynne was winning that NXT Women's title. But if the idea was to set up a feud between her and Blake Monroe instead, and then maybe use that feud to get Jordynne Grace to the main roster, where she really should be, and then get that belt on Blake Monroe, okay, then maybe this was the best way to go about things. The Women's Tag Team Championship match, the fact that the crowd got behind Charlotte Flair blows my mind. Guys, this woman was getting booed out of the building just a couple of months ago. WrestleMania wasn't that far off before. Guys, it was like literally 3 months ago, right? Literally 3 months ago was WrestleMania. Charlotte was getting booed out of the building. Don't let me bring up that cringy promo where Tiffany Stratton told her she's 0-3 in real life. Oh my God. They booed the piss out of this woman months ago. But just simply taking her out of the World Championship, the Women's World Championship title picture, and putting her in a remotely interesting tag team with Alexa Bliss was all they needed. and now fans are willing to get behind her. That's it. Stop overbooking her. Stop over-pushing her. Stop trying to tell people she's the greatest of all time, and let them tell you she's the greatest. So it feels like fans are willing, at least right now, they're willing to start accepting Charlotte Flair as a babyface again. In this tag team with Alexa Bliss. Her saving Alexa Bliss from a spear, by the way, looked so good. So there's a lot of potential with this, and I hope they write it out. If you want Charlotte Flair to be a babyface, I'm all for it, but you have to give people a reason to want to cheer for her. Not, hey, I hurt my leg, but I got to spend all this time on my yacht in my private jet drinking tequilas and living the millionaire life, getting paid some of the most money than any other woman in history. I'm sorry, because I thought about when they brought her back and she won the Royal Rumble. And they aired these vignettes. They thought she was going to be the biggest babyface. They truly thought fans were going to get behind her. And I'm thinking, guys, you are setting her up to be booed. But now that you've humbled her, she lost to Tiffany Stratton clean. You started her off at the bottom now, something that Charlotte hasn't done probably ever since she got to the main roster. But you took her off her high horse, and now you're starting her over from scratch again. You're allowing people to appreciate her as the talent that she is. So we're going to see where this goes. I hope fans get behind Charlotte again. And I wouldn't mind seeing Alexa Bliss and Charlotte be a tag team and be tag team champs. Trish Stratus had an awesome match with Tiffany Stratton. And let me tell you something. Trish Stratus, at 49 years old, wrestles just as good as when she was 26. The same age that Tiffany Stratton is. I'm not joking here. Trish Stratus, at 49 years old, wrestles just as good as when she was 26. That woman is the GOAT. You want to tell me that anyone is the GOAT in terms of professional wrestling, in terms of women's wrestling? Find me a better female wrestler than Trish Stratus. Even at her age of 49, she's out there wrestling her ass off. She gave Tiffany Stratton one of her best matches, period. I kind of felt bad that she lost. Because even at her age, she's outperforming everybody. These women wish they can perform on Trish's level at this age. Someone brought up Lita. I don't even think Lita can go as well as she used to. And Lita was outstanding inside the ring during her heyday. I would probably still argue Trish was better, though. No, I'm sorry. To me, unless you talk about people like Bianca Belair, maybe even a Becky Lynch to a certain extent, overall, in terms of in-ring performance, in terms of all the things she's done, Trish right now is the GOAT. Will she stay the GOAT? We'll have to see. Good luck topping her. But that match with Tiffany Stratton, trust me when I say this, you'll probably never see someone of her age have that kind of a quality match. Maybe Bianca Belair, but we'll see. Jade Cargill had perhaps her, or at least one of her best matches. I'm not going to say her best match, but one of her best matches on the main roster against Naomi. No holds barred. They beat the piss out of each other. Again, when Jade Cargill is not leading the match, is not in charge of leading the match, calling the spots, I feel like she does a lot better. This was all Naomi. Bianca was in there too to help. But these two had a great match. Jade Cargill is capable of having one. But she still needs to get that experience under her belt. And I think one day when she gets it, and she will get it, if she sticks with it, of course, she'll be able to have this kind of match without Naomi. She won. No shenanigans. Bianca Belair did not turn heel. And it makes sense when you think about it. Because why would you do two heel turns in the same night?
Love Trish, but the GOAT is Mae Young. Always and forever Trish is number 2.
Alright. We could debate on that later. I think Trish is the GOAT. No offense. But Bianca didn't turn heel. And it makes sense, now that I remember that Blake Monroe turned heel, probably wouldn't have meant as much after having Blake turn heel to have Naomi turn heel. Not Naomi. Bianca Belair turn heel. You know what I mean? Now, I do believe we're going to get this heel turn. Now that Naomi is out of the picture, as we speak, she might still be involved somehow, some way. But Naomi's on Raw now. She's off of SmackDown. Jay's going to need someone to feud with after she beats Tiffany Stratton. I think we're going to get that Bianca Belair heel turn. I think we're going to get it. But not here. We're going to get it at SummerSlam. I know we are. That Women's Battle Royal, that was great. It was the Stephanie Vacaris show. That woman was hitting the Devil's Kiss. Is that what it's called? The Devil's Kiss? Oh my goodness. She hit that so well, and then she won with it. Devil's Kiss on Lash Legend. Lash Legend was one of the final 2, of all people. She looked good, by the way. Lash has improved a lot. I remember when she first came in, she wasn't good at all. Jesus Christ. But she's shown massive improvement.
Jelly Roll lost a lot of weight, apparently has wrestling school experience, and is at the PC training.
So apparently, Jelly Roll's trying to be a wrestler, and he is going to have a tag match at SummerSlam. In case you guys didn't see Saturday night's main event, Jelly Roll and Randy Orton will be taking on Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. So that's going to be his first outing. Let's see how well he does. He might do very well. Looking forward to seeing how well he holds his own. And I mean that. I hope he does very well inside the ring. But man, look here. That Women's Battle Royal, when you saw all those women inside the ring, and you see how deep the depth of the women's roster, not just on Raw and SmackDown, but NXT, every female wrestler under a WWE contract. I don't think the women's roster has ever been this good. It's been a hot minute since we've had this depth, this amount of talent under one roof. But that main event, what really put this show over the edge? Let me just talk about this really quickly. This show was already better than WrestleMania before the main event. I don't care who that pisses off. I don't care if that makes me sound woke. Fuck you. Not getting political, by the way. This show was already better than WrestleMania 41 before the main event. But then that main event happened. I'm sorry. If you watch this show, all of it, by the way, and you still think women can't deliver, women can't draw, women can't be just as good as the men, they can't put on great shows, awesome shows, you're misogynistic, my dude. You just hate women. Probably one of those incels who can't get laid.
This women's division is so deep in terms of depth.
Bro, you ain't said nothing but a word. Y'all ain't said nothing but a word. But no, like, how can anybody watch this show and believe that women can't deliver on the same level as the men? It's just crazy to me.
Booker should have been on commentary for the Women's Battle Royal so he could continue to hilarious. Chants for Stephanie's Devil's Kiss.
Oh man, I would have loved Booker T. They should have had Booker T during the Battle Royal. Just for Stephanie. But then that would have spoiled it. That would have spoiled who was going to win. The main event was an absolute classic. I already knew it was going to be fantastic because of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Those two always deliver. Two of the best female wrestlers to ever walk through WWE's doors, bar none. Those two were already having a classic match. I love the idea of Rhea Ripley snapping. It felt like she was about to turn heel when the referee got knocked out, and you're thinking, oh man, this is going to get real crazy. And then Naomi came in and cashed in afterwards, but before then, Rhea and Io were beating the piss out of each other. Io, of course, had to dive off of a crate on the outside. I thought Io broke her leg when she landed from that dive off a crate. I'm serious. I thought she deliberately, genuinely almost broke her leg. She's good, by the way. She's not injured. She finished the match. She was great. But man, I was a little worried there for a minute.
I gave Evolution an 8.7/10. It would have been a 9.3/10 if they got a cooler legend rather than Nikki Bella. Like AJ Lee would have been chef's
Oh
kiss.
man, if they would have given it, man, let me tell you something, Three Diglets. If AJ Lee had shown up on this show, it would have been one of the greatest shows. I would have given this show an S. I would have been like, one of the greatest shows of all time. You gave us all of this and then had AJ Lee show up. Boy, everyone would be saying, greatest show of all time.
Rhea and IYO equals wrestling soulmates raising hands medium dark skin tone raising hands medium dark skin tone raising hands medium dark skin tone.
Medium dark skin tone. No, but look here. I just can't believe how good that main event was. Like, I was already expecting an awesome match, but those two, they took it to a whole new level. And then Naomi came out and cashed in. The shock of Naomi coming out and cashing in. I wasn't even thinking about Naomi cashing in on these two. I had my mind set up, like, dead set on her cashing in on Jade Cargill at SummerSlam. That's how good the storytelling was. So when it happened this way, I said, hey, Triple H, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to his weekly booking, it hasn't been the best.
Peeps can hate on Rhea all they want, she is great.
Man, everyone thinks Rhea's like Hulk Hogan. They call her Rhea Hogan like they call Becky Hogan, like they call Mercedes Hogan, because she wins a lot. Respect game where game needs to be respected. Rhea Ripley's one of the best wrestlers today. It's that simple. That's why she gets all the attention and all the TV time and all of the main events. Because she's on a different level, as she's shown here tonight. But I was never even imagining Naomi would be the women's world champ and go to Raw. Although I should have. That's how good the booking was. And Triple H, weekly, has not been on his game. He's been off his game since WrestleMania. I'll be honest with you. The weekly shows, and even some of the pay-per-views, have not been up to par for Triple H. The Triple H that I felt was killing it last year. That killed it when he was writing NXT. NXT TakeOver is some of the best shows of all time under WWE. So I was a little worried going into the show. This was a return to form. This is Triple H at his best. Nothing but classic matches, and then the swerve. You always get the Triple H swerve. I call it the Triple H swerve because it's something that he does that no one sees coming. And this was one of them. This was one of those Triple H swerves. Naomi cashing in. He still got it, y'all. Triple H still got it when he needs to deliver. I hope the women are popping champagnes. I hope the husbands of these women are very happy for them. I know Alundra Blaze, Trish Stratus, Lita, Jazz, Gail, Kim, Victoria, they are all shedding tears of happiness.
The fact that despite Seth's unfortunate injury last night and he was still backstage in crutches to watch Becky perform shows that his love to her goes unquestioned.
I did see that. I saw something that Seth was backstage watching, supporting his wife. That's a man right there. That's a real husband. And I'm glad he was here because he got to witness one of the best pay-per-views of all time in terms of WWE. This, without question, should put to rest this notion that women can't do it as good as the men. Anybody, and I mean anybody, that dares to come up on these interwebs with a microphone, with any kind of platform, and knock these women after this show can kiss my ass. You lose all credibility. I'm not saying you have to think it was the greatest show of all time. I'm not even saying it needs to be the best show all year for you. You could have just thought it was an okay show. But you cannot watch this show and tell me the women can't do it as good as the men. They had a big crowd. The crowd was into literally everything that they did. Every match delivered. And then you ended with a shocking finish that you're going to remember for years to come. Find me a better show that the women have done. You can't. Because there's been multiple all-women's pay-per-views throughout the decades. This is the best one. This is the one that Mae Young busted her ass. Trish Stratus, Lita, Molly Holly, Tori Wilson, Stacy Keibler, Mickie James, Ivory, Michelle McCool. I'll be here all day.
Honestly, I think that's why Background retained, because Seth got hurt. Now it's his turn to go play house and Becky turn to carry the division.
Called him Background. Damn. Ooh, look here. The women that basically sacrificed their own bodies for these women to get to where they are, right? The Luna Vachons, the
Yeah, take that, Bruce Pritchard.
Don't get me started on Bruce Pritchard. Don't get me started on Kevin Dunn. Don't get me started on Vince McMahon. Those misogynistic punks, I swear to God. Anyways, Luna Vachon, Chyna, Sensational Sherry. All of these women who spent decades fighting, arguing, begging, pleading for 5 minutes of TV time. I still remember when the women got 30 seconds. Remember? Divas deserve better. Give divas a chance. Remember that? Remember when the women were getting less than a minute on TV? Yeah, I do. I lived through it. To go through all of that, to get to here, to main evening WrestleManias, to now having their own shows where they can honestly sit here and say, we drew like the men, we performed like the men, we delivered like the men, and now we're just as good, if not better, than the men. Everybody should be giving credit where credit is due.
Naomi versus Rhea versus IYO at SSI's.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait. Y'all are in for quite the road to SummerSlam. You are in for it, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be a hell of a build to SummerSlam now, because now everything's out of whack. I was thinking we were gonna get, of course, we're still gonna get Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton, but now that Seth is hurt, Liv is hurt, Naomi is now the women's champ on Raw. Like, the only thing that we're certain of right now is Cena and Cody. That's it. That's the only thing we're certain on. Everything else, it's all in the air. I have no idea what Triple H is going to do over these next 3 weeks. SummerSlam's in 3 weeks, y'all. 3 weeks from today. Well, yeah, this weekend. Because it's a 2-day weekend. Wow. Let's see what he does. The only thing we know about right now is Cody and Cena. That's it. Let's see what Triple H can do. I think Homeboy is trying to make up for the lackluster spring that we had. Because, that was a rough spring. It's so sad because after Elimination Chamber, it felt like Triple H had found his stride. He found his spark, right? And things were about to get very exciting for WWE throughout the year. And then WrestleMania 41 happened, and it's like all that air just got let out of our sails. All that momentum just died, right? Because The Rock didn't show up. People were pissed about that. And then nothing really happened. Nothing really happened. It now kind of feels like things are picking up again. Yes, 3 weeks away from SummerSlam. But still, the excitement's back. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and move things along. I don't want to keep you here too long. We are definitely going to talk about everything we saw on this show. But also, we're going to crown ourselves an international champ. And people are donating, as you can see. So, let me go ahead and move things a little bit forward here. We'll get back to the Super Chats. And we're going to have ourselves quite the battle for this international championship. Because people are already donating. It's already a lot of money. Hey, Jerusha, you got challenges. You got challengers. You have a challenge tonight, man. Let's see what you can do. Thank you all so much for watching me. You could be anywhere here in the YouTube space. You chose me. So I'm grateful. I am grateful for that. I am here to give you the best show possible. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, you're at it. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky. What skies are clearer? And give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on you. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi. Get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt. Hot up the press. Also, get you an old school The Last Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt. And many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand today right here in Alyx's World. Once again, you lovely people are awesome. Thank you for joining me here on this lovely Sunday evening to talk some wrestling. Evolution 2. Please show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shiny Nights and Fire Heart, Elias Adimi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Go, Khalil does everything. Huh? Wait, dear. A Danger, Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, and of course Big MGM, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Ladies and gentlemen, the International Championship is indeed on the line. Now, I have been keeping up with the donations as it's been coming in. You guys have been killing it with these donations. And currently, I think Dayton Romel is in the lead, if I'm not mistaken, with, I think it's $30. I'm going to have to actually look at these donations to get the actual amount, because you guys have been killing it. But I think I said it right. It's Mr. Dayton Romel and I don't want to get anything wrong here, with $30. And we're going to keep track of these donations throughout the night, but you guys have been killing it. So, how do you win the championship? Be the first one to donate the most money in total. So, I think currently the amount to beat, and I'm actually going to look this up before we move on, because I don't want to just be throwing out the wrong numbers here, because you guys have been killing it with these donations here. But I do think it is Dayton Romel. So let me see. Dayton has $4.99. By the way, 3 Diglets is the world champ. He's not competing. He's just donating himself. Dayton has, I think I got it right, 30. Let me see. Dayton Romel is, let's see, $4.99 once, $9.99, and then I think he did another $9.99. So okay, never mind. So Dayton Romel is in the lead with $25. $25 is the amount to beat. Not 30, it's $25. So second place is Drew Usher, which I believe he only donated, let me see, you donated $1 $5, $2 $5, $3 $15. So Drew Usher is in second place with 15. Dayton Romel is in first place with $25. And 3 Diglets is just donating. He's not competing for the title. So let's see. The amount to beat is $25. Let's see who actually comes out on top. Speaking of 3 Diglets.
Let's call a spade though. The Diva era was no good. They didn't earn the TV spot. These women are different, real athletes, Olympic gold medalists, gymnasts. This women's era is the real deal and still hasn't hit their peak.
Wow. Well, look here, 3 Diglets. I mean, we'll get to that super chat in just a second. That was a lot. That was a big one.
Tonight I thought Bianca was gonna the clothesline Jade aftertaste, raising her arm after the match.
Yeah, it did feel like there's some tension there between Jade and Bianca. That's been there for a while, and I've been hoping that they would capitalize on that. But we'll see. We got plenty of time before we get there. Definitely a lot to remember.
Two predictions for SS. Roman versus Braun, since he'll cost him in the gauntlet,
11,
and Punk versus Gunther
16,
for the world title.
21, 26. So Carlos, with that donation, you are now in the lead, I believe, with $26, if I'm not mistaken. $26. You have surpassed Dayton Romel by $1. So $26. Oh my goodness.
Big Dog, I have an announcement. I want to thank Alyx for being goated. And the chat for these amazing wrestling convos. Clash at Paris will be my last PLEI defend the world title at. I'm retiring 3 Diglets. And retiring super chatting.
Wow. There it is. So I guess he's going to be the last real super chat champ. Is that what we're doing? You're doing your own storyline? If no one beats you, you're taking the world title away? Ah. Come on, 3 Diglets. Don't do that. Don't be a John Cena. Don't be a John Cena, 3 Diglets. Come on, my dude. No, like, real talk, 3 Diglets. You're the man. Like, you have been supporting the channel. Oh my goodness. You have been supporting the channel so well over these last, few years, honestly. I'm always grateful to have you here, my dude. I'm never going to be one of those people that requires anyone to donate. Ever. And I think your generous donations have been more than enough. And if this is your last run, and August is going to be your last time coming for this championship, you know what, my dude? First off, I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to thank you. Hashtag thank you 3D. That sounds corny as hell. Just thank you 3 Diglets. How about that?
Ema go out with a bang. Trust me.
Well, 3 Diglets, like, for you to go out with a bang, that means you would have to donate the biggest donation of all time. Is that what you're saying? Is that what we're saying? All right, well, I trust you, my dude. Regardless, look here. I want to make this very, very clear. I'm never going to ask anybody to donate to me. Whatever you give out of the kindness of your heart, I'm always going to be grateful for. Like, these donations tonight have already been crazy.
Let's be fair, the Divas didn't get any chances.
They really didn't. Like, real talk, like, they didn't have a single chance of being as good as they are now. But yes, please, like, these donations are a blessing to me. So, thank you. Thank you, 3 Diggers. Let me go back, because I gotta read this super chat that you said earlier. Let's call a spade, though. The Divas era was not good. Facts. They didn't earn the TV spot. Somewhat agree. AJ Lee, Mickie James, exceptions to the rule. But I see what you mean. These women are different. Real athletes. Olympic gold medalists. Gymnasts. This women's era is the real deal and still hasn't hit their peak yet. Applause. Applause. For real. You said it best, 3 Diglets. And I think tonight's show goes to show you that, again, when it's all said and done, it doesn't matter whether you're a woman or a man. If you are capable of entertaining the masses, you deserve to have the platform to do so. It's as simple as that. And I'm happy we can say that here in 2025. All right, shout-outs. Let me go ahead and do the shout-outs. I believe, quick reminder, Carlos Morenso is in the lead with $26. Carlos Morenso is in the lead with $26. Second place is Dayton Romel with $25. And third place is Drew Usher with $15. Again, 3 Diglets is not competing for the International Super Chat title. He is the world champion. Who we got here? Oh my god, there's so many people here. I'll try and make this quick because I do want to get to the review. Game Shock, JJ, Who Let the Dogs Out? Who? Joseph Winters, Devon Standifer, SD Kai, Deontay Belladonza. I also see Trey Lucado, Barry Allen BG. Love to see that name. Wave Face Killer, Illa, Tony Kanami? Tony Kanami Korin. I hope I said your name right. Probably nowhere close to it.
What's the biggest super chat ever again?
$4,000 Corp CA. $4,000 Corp CA. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the biggest one. $4,000. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. If it was more, please let me know. But I think that's the one to beat.
Trish had a nice ovation tonight and looked like she was contemplating retirement.
Look here. Trish at 49 years old. Wrestling like she's 26. Let her decide when she wants to retire. If she wants to keep wrestling until she's 60, as long as she's performing like this, go for it. But I think this is the best time. This is it. Yes, 3 Diglets, it was 4,000. 3 Diglets said child's play. My dude. Exactly how much do you plan to donate? Actually, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's going back and forth. I love it.
I was a bit surprised to see 2 ref bumps tonight. Happy for Naomi and hope she'll have a great reign.
For real, for real. Carlos Mauricio takes the lead again. $31 to Dayton Romel's $30. So $1 ahead. Carlos is $1 ahead of Dayton Romel in terms of the International Super Chat Championship. Let me get a couple more names while 3 Diglets continues to tease everything that's happening. Anthony A. Ant Barrel? Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to stop what you're doing. And I want you to appreciate greatness when you see it. We got the premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space. Everybody say hello to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Yay, A&B Combos. Good to have you here. Loved your reaction for the show. Your reactions for the show might have been one of my favorites all year because it was genuine. It was genuine. And, you know, I got to give a quick shout out. Probably the biggest shout out of the evening. To the kid stealing. Will and Dylan. Son of a gun. Kiss the girls. Make them cry. All gas. No brakes. Yeah, I mean, the world Super Chat champion himself, Mr. 3 Diglets. Give it up to him. Give it up to him. And the last shout out, of course, is going to go to your reigning, defending Super Chat International Champion, the Savior, Drew Usher. All right, Drew. Let's see if you can retain this belt tonight. So currently, we're going to go ahead and move things along. And this is just what it is, the amount to beat after round 1 is $31, Carlos Mauricio. In second place is Dayton Romel. And in third place, it is it Drew Usher? Drew Usher with $15. So, Drew Usher, if you want to get your belt back, you're going to have to donate at least 20 or more. So, it's going to start getting really interesting here in just a second. When we get to the end of the stream, that's probably when he's going to start dropping bombs. And don't worry, like I said, 3 Diglets is not competing for the title. He's not competing for the title. So, all right. So, thank you all so much for joining me. That's enough for shout outs. Let's get to this show. Let's talk about Evolution. Okay, let me do it right. Let's talk about Evolution is a mystery. I see the lion in the sand. Yes, sir. WWE Evolution 2. All women's pay-per-view. The last one we got was in 2018. That one was main evented by Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella. We've come a long way. We've come a long, long way. Going into the show, WWE was at 5,000 tickets, and I was worried. I was scared we wasn't going to make it. I was scared that the show was not going to deliver. For real. I was terrified. I was terrified for everybody involved. But then something happened. Like, the energy changed over the weekend. And they were able to get a massive walk-up of ticket sales. And by the time the show started, it looked packed. Like, the arena they were in, it was the same arena. State Farm Arena as Saturday night's main event. Which they sold out, by the way. Goldberg's retirement. It looked like they had around that. Was it a sellout? I don't know. Maybe it was. They didn't announce the number. So, it was a big crowd. It was a solid 10,000 or so. I know that for sure. And this crowd was hot. They were hot all night for the women. You can't have a great show without a great crowd. Atlanta brought it. Atlanta, Georgia is always going to be known as one of those wrestling cities that always brings the energy. They opened up this show the only way you can open up a women's show. With the queen herself, Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie did an excellent job, by the way, being the host alongside Joe Tessitore. She answered the questions very well. She has great insight. Great insight on, let's just say, the history of women in wrestling. And she was giving great commentary. And there was a part of me that was like, maybe it should have been Joe Tessitore and Stephanie McMahon on commentary. No, I'm kidding. It was the right call to have Michael Cole and Wade Barrett on commentary, for real. But Stephanie was giving good insight to a lot of the things, and hearing her talk about the women in a way that really made them feel important. I'm like, man, you know what, Stephanie, she might have something when it comes to this commentary stuff. We'll see. Have you guys listened to Stephanie's podcast, by the way? It's good. My favorite episode is, of course, her interview with Triple H, but she's really good. In terms of, interviewing wrestlers, her questions aren't, softball questions. She asks, legit questions, and she challenges her guests. And you're like, man, she's actually pretty good at this. So, if we're going to be using Stephanie like that going forward, I love it. Long gone the days of her being the annoying boss of, oh my God, who here remembers when her and Triple H took over? Not the one in 2000. I'm talking about in 2014. What's Best for Business? What were they called again? What was that group called again? Her, Corporate Kane, Triple H. Oh my goodness. I forgot what it was called. Randy Orton, Seth Rollins. And then you had Joey Mercury and oh man. The Authority, thank you. The Authority. That's what it was called. I was like, what was it called? Jamie Noble. Oh, that was so good. Long ago those days, because she was annoying as fuck. She had get off my TV heat. Seriously, I couldn't stand Stephanie during that time. Now that Vince is gone, she gets to be her. And man, she's such a welcome presence. She's such a welcome presence on these shows. She really is. First match. WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch defends her belt against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. The bell rung and the crowd gave it a standing ovation. Because they knew they were about to witness something special. Isn't that how it usually starts? You know you're in store for a great pay-per-view when the crowd is giving the opening match a standing ovation. Because we're here. The women are here. They did it. And this one felt legit. Evolution in 2018, let's be real, they only did that show because the women couldn't go to Saudi Arabia. So it was a here, my bad, kind of a situation. This one kind of felt like, no, we're going to actually try. And this first match was outstanding. Look, we keep talking about Lyra Valkyria and how great she is inside the ring. She showed out in this match. She did a top rope leg drop, guillotine leg drop that looked fucking killer. But her, Bayley, and Becky were beating the piss. They were laying it in. Stiff shots, stiff slams. And I love that at any point in time, you could have believably seen any one of these three win. This match, from start to finish, was easily one of the best triple threat matches that these women have done in a long ass time. And I mean that, like, in terms of openers, I don't think I could find a better one. This was an outstanding match. And Becky retained, as she should have. I believe that we're going to run this back. I have a feeling we're going to get some version of Bayley, Lyra Valkyria, and Becky again at SummerSlam. We kind of have to. Because after having a match this good, you can't just do it once and not do it again. So I'm thinking, if we don't do Bayley and Becky at SummerSlam, we got to do this again. We got to do Lyra, Becky, and Bayley one more time. Now, here's the question. Do we have Bayley win this belt at SummerSlam? Because I feel like that's where they're going. I feel like we're going towards a Bayley reign. And we should. You know, it'll help bring some prestige to the IC Championship. In my personal opinion. But I don't know. I kind of feel like right now, Becky's doing really good work with this belt. Makes it feel important. And Lyra, the more Lyra wrestles with Bayley and Becky, the more I start to see her as like a top female contender. Her microphone skills are still not great. They're improving. But inside the ring, miles ahead of a lot of women. I can see why Triple H is so invested in her. And again, he knew about Lyra before I did. He could see the talent because he has the eye for a talent before everybody else does. Matches like this continue to prove why Triple H knows talent when he sees them. Because Lyra is hanging. She's hanging with Becky and Bayley. In some instances, she's outperforming them. Lyra's going to be a massive player the moment she understands how to work a character. That's it. Lyra just needs to understand how to work the microphone and work a character. And I promise you, she's going to be a massive player for the company. So, love this match. A great opener, by the way. Next up was NXT Women's Championship. JC Jane, the champ, taking on Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace brought out Blake Monroe, who is also known as Mariah May. As soon as she brought out Blake, I said, well, I guess I know what's happening here. Now, my prediction was that Blake would help Jordynne win the belt and then turn heel on her. I already knew she was turning heel. It was just about how. I didn't think Blake would cost Jordynne the belt. Which makes a lot more sense, honestly. That does make a lot more sense. I don't know why. Excuse me. I don't know why I had Blake attacking Jordynne after she won. My mind just goes to weird places. Maybe that's just what I thought would be more compelling. A feud for the NXT Championship between Jordynne and Blake. Damn, that does sound good. I don't know why we didn't do that. Anyways, it makes a lot more sense for their feud to have Jordynne get screwed by Blake. Right? Okay. Regardless of how they did it, Blake's already a heel. They did not waste time making Mariah May a heel. At all. They brought her in as a babyface and then said, alright, enough of that, heel. And she works better as a heel. She does. She's so much more compelling as a heel. And I think the match between Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe, ooh, that's gonna feud families. I gotta watch that. I got to watch that. But yes, JCJ retained. Match was good. It felt secondary to the heel turn, if I'm being honest with you. But it was good. Women's Tag Team Championship. Fatal 4-way. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, the champs, defended against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, Soruka and Zarya. What are their names? Is it Ruzaria? Zaruka? Is it Zaruka or Ruzaria? I think it's Zaruka. But Soruka and Zarya. And I do believe, let me just say this. This match, by the way, the Kabuki Warriors. I almost forgot about Asuka and Kairi Sane. The Kabuki Warriors. This match, going in, I was like, oh, this should be a fun match. It should be fun. This match was better than I thought it was going to be. If I'm being honest with you, this match was so much better than I thought it was going to be. The shocker of the entire night to me, the entire night, we had a lot of shocks. The main event was probably like the real shock of the show, but for me, my personal shock is the fact that fans were cheering for Charlotte Flair. The fans were behind Charlotte Flair. I still remember when they were booing her months ago. Guys, remember that segment with her and Tiffany Stratton? Where Tiffany told her, I'm sorry, but when Tiffany told Charlotte that that she was 0-3 in real life, I said, no. That was screwed up. Y'all have to admit that was screwed up. But she was getting booed out of the building just months ago. Right? But like WWE does naturally, especially in the Triple H, you can't be on top forever. And so they did the right thing, having Tiffany beat Charlotte and then sent her back down to the bottom of the card. And now she's fighting in a tag team division. And surprisingly, an interesting tag team with her and Alexa Bliss that's kind of working out pretty well so far. And they're starting her from square one, back from the bottom. She's not winning all her matches. She's struggling. And so now fans, they feel obligated. They now have a reason to get behind her. And they're able to see her for the talent that she is. We all know Charlotte Flair is one of the best female wrestlers, one of the best female wrestlers in the game today. Bar none. There's no disputing that. She's one of the best, period. Period. You don't have to like it, but it's true. She's one of the best. But when you overpush her, and you oversaturate the usage of her, you make her out to be something she's not, fans just reject her. Right? They reject her, rightfully so, they reject her. And we got to see her fall down, and now the return to glory. That's how it's supposed to be. So we'll see what happens with this tag team between her and Alexa. I'll be following this story. But this match was great. All 8 women got a chance to shine. The Kabuki Warriors carried the match, by the way. The Kabuki Warriors were all over the place, and they laid all their stuff in. People were mad at Kairi for not performing her best, so she was on her game today. And Soruka, can I gush over Soruka real quickly? Soruka and this Soul Snatcher, when she gets to the main roster, when she is on the main roster, the Soul Snatcher is going to be a household draw. People are going to pay thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions to come see Soruka hit the Soul Snatcher. You already know this woman is going to be a big name on the main roster because of her finisher alone. Every time she hits it, it looks amazing. I can't wait. She's going to be great. But the winners of the match, of course, was Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez, because they're the ones with the long-term value. You already know what's happening here, right? Roxanne Perez is taking everything away from Liv. She's going to take her women's title. She's going to take her best friend, Raquel Rodriguez. She's going to take her man, Dominic Mysterio. She's going to take her group. And then Liv is coming back for blood. For blood. You already know she's coming back to get her some. To get her a piece of Roxanne. And that's going to be the feud that we look forward to. That's going to be great. And then Liv gets to basically reap what she sowed. She did this to Rhea, and now it's being done to her. So good, so good. But yeah, Raquel and Roxanne retain. Great match. Tiffany Stratton, the women's champion, WWE Women's Champion, versus the GOAT, Trish Stratus. Let me remind you once again, Trish Stratus is 49 years old, about to be 50, and she's performing like she's 26. This match was beyond incredible. Of course, Tiffany's going to bring it, but I'm going to be real with you. It felt like Trish carried Tiffany. Trish carried Tiffany to an amazing match. 49-year-old Trish Stratus is in there bumping her ass off, taking stiff, and I mean splashes, bumps, letting herself get squashed by Tiffany Stratton. And Tiffany did not hold back. I was a little worried by that finish, by the way, when she hit that prettiest moonsault and fell right on Trish's neck. I said, ugh. But Trish is tough. Yeah, Trish gave Tiffany literally her best match. On the main roster, at least. Yeah. This is Tiffany's best singles match so far on the main roster. I can't find a better one. I don't think there is a better one yet. There might be one in the future. But, yeah, Trish left it all inside the ring. And it reminds you of why people called her the greatest of all time. Now, it's funny to me. Trish retired full-time 2006. Literally 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Trish retired at the age of 30, by the way, at the age of 30. This woman hasn't lost her step. And here she comes in 19 years later, showing these girls up, showing them how it's done. So after Tiffany beat her, as we knew she would, she got the standing ovation, which she deserved. And there were fans, including me, that were thinking, man, how awesome would it be? How awesome would it be? This is just what I think. If they gave her one last run. They gave Trish one last run with the championship. If she wants to do it, fuck it. I wouldn't be mad at it. If Trish came back and said, one more year and I'm gone. And ended it with a championship reign. And I'm not even thinking like the world championship. She can go after the IC, the US, but have a reign before she called it a day. I'd be all for it. I would love to see that. And I know you would too. Have her own final Cena run. Someone said Mickie James should have a final run. I agree. It'd be nice to see Mickie have her own run too. But yeah, to me, as of right now, and it could change, Trish is the GOAT. She is the greatest female wrestler that we've seen. And this proved it. All right, let's move on. No holds barred. Special guest referee Bianca Belair. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This might have been Jade's best match on the main roster. And again, no offense to her. I don't hate Jade. I'm not saying she's a bad performer. I think WWE is giving her too much too soon. You know they're trying to set her up to win the women's title, right? Now that Naomi's on Raw, oh dear God. Unless Bianca's going to screw her, I think she's winning that belt at SummerSlam. And see, I took solace in the idea that, all right, she'll win the belt, but Naomi will cash in. Now I'm worried, because it's like, well, Jade's about to win that women's title. And she's going to have to be the one calling the matches. Or someone's going to have to be carrying her. Oh God. Ooh. Okay. Well, let's see what she can do. Anyways, this match was fantastic. Like, they were beating the snot out of each other. We got blood. Naomi busted herself open to make Jay look good. Jay got to look great. Got her moments of strength. Tried to crush Naomi with a toolbox. She literally tried to crush her head with a toolbox. That was crazy. She took a lot of good bumps, too. Jay, look, when Jay needs to, she will break her back to have a great match. And she took a bump through a table. I think she fell on a chair at one point. Jesus, man. Look, it's one thing. It's one thing when Jade is having someone lead her, right? Naomi, Bianca Belair, anybody experienced. And you see her have a good match that way. I'm going to keep bringing it up. It's another thing when she has to be the one leading it. And I don't think Jade is ready yet. And I say that sincerely as someone who is a fan of Jade Cargill. I don't know if she's ready to be women's champ. I feel right now they should keep the belt on Tiffany Stratton a little bit longer. Since Naomi is now the women's world champ, they should keep the belt on Tiffany just a little bit longer. Let Jade have her feud with Bianca. Bianca should screw Jade at SummerSlam. Say that she was the one that ordered Naomi to attack her. Right? Naomi was the gun. Bianca is the one that pulled the trigger. And then we do Bianca, Jade. Let that feud go all the way to WrestleMania, or at least all the way to Survivor Series. That's a WrestleMania feud, honestly. Then you put the belt on Jade. Maybe you have Jade win the Royal Rumble. Let her get one more feud in. Let her get one more run in, and then we'll go from there. Because I don't know. The crowd's already kind of turning against Jade. Because I noticed during this match, Jade was trying to get the crowd behind her, and the crowd was just kind of sitting there. And there was a point where Jade did it, and she was beating up Naomi. I saw Jade go, man, fuck y'all. And I mean that. She went, fuck y'all. She did that. She got frustrated at the crowd for not cheering for her. Too much too soon. Too much too soon. Let's not give her all of what she's gonna be getting in the future. Let's take our time with her. Let her get there naturally. We don't want another Charlotte Flair situation. Okay? Take our time with this. So, I do believe the best decision right now is just to have Bianca screw over Jade. Let Tiffany Stratton hold that belt for a little bit longer. And, I don't know, fight Jordan Grace or somebody. And that's also an issue because it's like, well, if we have Jay get screwed by Bianca, who the hell is Tiffany going to fight? She's already fought and beaten everybody. Maybe have her fight Chelsea Green. Move Chelsea Green up. I would love to see that. I would love to see Chelsea Green compete for that women's title. Do that. Do that. Have Tiffany Stratton beat Jade Cargill. And then do Chelsea Green versus Tiffany Stratton. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm getting excited. See, I believe Chelsea Green is more ready for that women's championship than Jade Cargill is. Do y'all agree? Matter of fact, put the fucking belt on Chelsea Green. How about that? Who here would complain if they put the women's world title, the women's championship, on Chelsea Green? I wouldn't. Not one bit. Not me. But yes, Jade Cargill is most likely being set up to win that women's title at SummerSlam. Alright, let's see how that goes. Women's Battle Royale. Nikki Bella, Chelsea Green, Natalya, Maxine Dupree, Miss Parker. Hi, Miss Parker. Jada Parker. Last Legend, Lola, Vice, Zelina Vega, who's looking heelish, a new persona, Kalani Jordan, Tatum Paxley, Izzy Dame, B-Fab, Mi-Chan, Mia Yim, Ivy Nio, Candice LeRae, Nia Jax, Julia, and everyone's favorite, Stephanie Vaquer. Very fun match. I thought for the most part, everyone got a chance to shine. No one got overshadowed. The NXT women got thrown out pretty quickly. The only one that mattered, or the ones that mattered, were the ones that stayed the longest, Jada Parker and Lola Vice, because, yes, ma'am. People got pissed when Jada Parker got eliminated. I know I was mad. I was like, man, y'all couldn't have her go to the Final Four. Jada Parker is going to be massive on the main roster. She's already getting massive chants. Miss Parker. I'm telling you, man. She's going to be big. Her and Lola Vice. Kalani Jordan had the Kofi Kingston moment of the night. She had the spot where she landed on the announcer table and then did the handstand and walked back inside the ring. And it looked better than how Kofi did it. Kofi, in 2012, Kofi did the handstand and put his feet on the steel steps. Right? That's different. Kalani Jordan did the handstand, walked on her hands, and then hooked the bottom of her feet to the bottom rope, and then used her core strength, her gut, to lift herself up back inside the ring. Yeah, I'll be real with you. That was better than Kofi's. I think that was better than Kofi's. That was dope. She didn't win the match, though, but it was still pretty cool. Nikki Bella got to the Final Four and then got eliminated. That made me happy. By Lash Legend, of all people. Yeah, Lash Legend got to the Final Four. Lash looked really, really good in this match. She stood out. And I thought she had a great back and forth with Stephanie Vaquer to close the match. The crowd, they are so behind Stephanie Vaquer. They are so behind Stephanie Vaquer. Let me tell y'all something. For me, Stephanie has that it factor. You can't explain it. You can't replicate it. It's intangible. When you look at Stephanie, you go, that's the one. That's going to be someone special. She calls herself number one. La Prima. Yeah, she's number one. And she doesn't even need to say it. And when she's doing that devil's kiss, oh God, Booker T. I really wish Booker T was on commentary, but I know he couldn't have been because it would have spoiled the outcome. But Stephanie Vaquer, every time she does that devil's kiss and gets that pop, it's the coolest thing on the show. La Primera. So when she won the match and then Stephanie got inside the ring and let her talk, she had one of the best lines of the night. She said, English is not my first language, but wrestling is my best language. Come on, man. That was a fire-ass line. And she's right. Like, her promos are going to be... They're going to be hit and miss because she's not the best English speaker. But what I love about this promo is that it was genuine. It was heartfelt. She meant every word she said. She was very grateful to the women that came before her. And I think when it's time for her, and it will be time for her to be women's champ, it's going to be a hell of a run. I think the plan is to get Stephanie Vaquer on SmackDown and have her win that belt long term. Because, oh man. I don't know. I just kind of feel like Naomi being on Raw is going to hold that belt for a little bit, and it's going to go back to Rhea Ripley. Maybe they'll give the belt to Stephanie, but I also think Roxanne Perez is the ultimate goal, so we can do Roxanne and Liv Morgan. I feel like that's probably the long-term goal here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll put the belt on her, Stephanie, sooner than later. But I think Stephanie has a better shot at winning that WWE Women's title. Because no offense to Jade Cargill, Stephanie is much more polished. I feel more confident with Stephanie being the WWE Women's Champ. So, yeah, they're setting her up to be WWE Women's Champion one way or another. So, she is getting a women's title match at Clash in Paris. I'm assuming that Naomi is going to find a way to survive SummerSlam and get there. Because I don't see her losing this belt at SummerSlam. She just got it. So, we'll see how that goes. And finally, the main event of the evening. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Women's World Championship. The story going into this match is that Io Sky has had Rhea Ripley's number since they came to WWE. Rhea Ripley, for some reason, cannot beat Io Sky. And tonight was no different. I'm sorry. Like, the curse is still there. The Io Sky curse will never be broken. Rhea Ripley can't beat Io Sky for some goddamn reason. Now, I'll be real with you. I have not been the biggest fan of Io Sky's reign. Her reign has been garbage. She's not garbage. Her reign has been garbage. 70 days, she's only had 1 or 2 title defenses. Because she defended it against Rhea Ripley before WrestleMania and then at WrestleMania. And that's it. She hasn't defended that belt in over 70 days. No. I love EL, but that was a terrible run. Awful run. So I was ready for her to lose that belt. Now, Io and Rhea had, of course, an outstanding match. They have great chemistry. The referee bump was nuts. So Io Sky does a flying drop kick, knocks out the referee by accident. Rhea Ripley pins her 1, 2, 3, but guess what? No referee. Rhea snaps. Like, heel Rhea comes into play. And she starts tossing Io Sky to and fro, hitting her with the razor's edge, tossing her outside, tossing her into the crowd, and literally going to work, wasting her. And the crowd's like, whoa, easy, Rhea. Like, she really made it feel like she was going heel. And I predicted that. I said, look, if she doesn't beat Io Sky, she's going heel. And I'm like, uh-oh. This feels like a heel turn. And, of course, they go into the crowd. Io has to dive off of a balcony. It wasn't a balcony. It was a big stack of crates. And she landed on her leg, and I got worried that she almost broke her leg. She's fine. But if you watch the spot where Io comes off the crate, you see her land sideways and bump her leg, and you're like, shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? But, of course, it comes down to the big moment. They come back to the ring. Naomi's music hits. Naomi comes out. She goes to cash in. She's so excited. She's so excited that she doesn't hear the bell ring the first time. And so she's screaming, ring the bell! Ring the bell! And I'm like, he rung the bell. And so she's yelling it so much that the timekeeper rings it again. She gets inside the ring. She hits Io Sky with the briefcase, tosses Rhea out, and then hits the split-legged moonsault on Io Sky and pins her 1, 2, 3. The crowd lost their ever-loving minds. You had Michael Cole doing some of his best work. Oh my God! Naomi shocked the world! She shocked the system! Naomi wins. I'm losing my mind. A&B Convos is losing their mind. What a moment. And it worked because nobody saw it coming. We should have seen it coming. We should have seen it coming. I did not see it coming. I did not. I'm serious. For some reason, the idea of Naomi cashing in didn't cross my mind. I don't know why it didn't cross my mind. It should have crossed my mind. But it never did. And so that's the part that really surprised me. I was like, why didn't I suspect that Naomi would cash in? You know what I mean? But when she did it, and she won that belt, I can't tell you how happy I was for her. I watched Naomi come in on NXT in 2010, that terrible ass show. I watched her job and be misused and disrespected. I watched her come up to the main roster as a Funkadactyl. Remember the Funkadactyls? Yeah. I had to watch this woman eat shit. Eat shit. For almost 10 years. They gave her a Cinderella run with that women's title, by the way, in 2017. 17, she won the belt twice. And then lost it to Natalya. Never touched it again. And then, I'm sorry, she just never really got the respect that she deserved from that point forward. And then, of course, the tag team with Sasha Banks. She walked out, got a chance to be herself, Trinity, on the indie circuit, find herself, really build the respect that she should have gotten in WWE, and make herself valuable. And then when Vince left, it was only a matter of time before she came back, because guess what? Her husband's here. Jimmy's here. So she was always going to come back. And then she came back. And it was a little scary there for a minute. But then the Jade Cargill storyline came. It was revealed she attacked her. It was revealed that she was the one that committed the act. Not the one who pulled the trigger. And then they turned her heel. And she donned this proceed with caution gimmick. This psycho, absolute lunatic that you can't predict what she's going to do with the razors all over her body. She took what WWE gave to her and ran with that shit. You can't sit here and tell me that Naomi did not deserve that. She been deserved to be women's world champion. And now here she is standing on top of the world. A world champ. You're going off the show with one of the most shocking, but very welcomed, very much welcomed cash-ins ever. I loved this. I loved the finish. I loved the match. The match is an absolute classic, one of the best matches all year. When it's all said and done, might be the match of the year. When it's all said and done, this might be the pay-per-view of the year. I dare anybody to find me a show better than this. That includes all women. This is the greatest all-women's pay-per-view, greatest all-women's show I've ever seen. It's going to be hard to top. One of WWE's best shows all year. It's better than WrestleMania 41. Cry to your moms. This show is better than WrestleMania. I said it. If you don't agree, you're a misogynistic asshole. Okay, that was mean. That was mean. That was mean. I'll take it back. Okay, if you thought it was not as good as WrestleMania, that is your preference. Incel. You're not an incel. That is your preference. But I will say, if you think this show was terrible, if you called this show lackluster, if you can't give the women at least credit for having a good show, then you are misogynistic and you are an incel. I'm just saying. Give them credit where credit is due. They over-delivered. When the odds were stacked against them, they over-delivered. They just over-delivered. So, I loved it. I loved it. Definitely the show of the year so far. It might end up being the show of the year. People are going to argue that Elimination Chamber was better because overall that probably was a better show. Had the heel turn of a century. But I think by the time we get to the end of the year, this is probably going to stand out amongst all the other shows because of how special it is. So, y'all can all shut up now about WWE not giving divas a chance, giving women a chance. And by the way, to all the people saying Triple H is racist? What you got to say now? What you gonna say when Jade Cargill wins that women's title? I hope she doesn't, by the way, but it looks like she's gonna win the women's title at SummerSlam, and we have 2 black females as your women's world champs. What you gonna say then? There's not enough black wrestlers getting respect. What the hell is this? I'm happy she got that moment. I love this show. Give me your scores. Give me your grades. What was your match of the night? Where does this show rank for you? Is this one of the best pay-per-views all year? You let me know. All right, that is my discussion of the show. It is time to crown an international champion. I don't know if Drew Usher's still here, but my man, you might want to come and drop something, because right now Carlos Marenzo is in the lead. And I think he might be taking the title.
It was around 10.8 to 11K.
Wow, so it was actually around 11K. So Carlos Marenzo, that puts you at $33. The amount to beat right now is $33. Yeah, it looked like it was a packed crowd, actually. They did pretty well with the numbers.
I am a bit worried if Jade wins the women's title at SummerSlam, then the crowd will slowly start to turn on her.
Yeah, you're not gonna like what happens if she wins that belt at SummerSlam. Dayton Romero increased his amount to $35. That puts him back in the league. It's gonna be one of those championship matches. So that's $35 for Dayton Romero. Let's see what Carlos Marenzo does. I guess what is that, 38? $38.
IYO Sky vs. Rhea Ripley clocked in at almost 26 minutes, making it the longest singles non-stipulation women's match in WWE history.
Really?
Clapping hands, medium dark skin tone.
Really? Is that true? Non-stipulation. I almost feel like there's... I don't know. I kind of feel like that might have been a longer match. How long did Sasha and Bianca go?
I don't mind Chelsea getting the big one, but I need to see some great matches from her. Like a high-level match we saw tonight from Rhea and IYO. Something that keeps me at the edge of my seat.
I think Chelsea's capable of it. She deliberately doesn't have those matches because she's trying to be a character. But if you give her the women's world title, she is going to have to step it up. And I think she will. I hope she does, because she should be a women's world champ before she retires.
Rhea and IYO. Best women's match of the year emo. With an incredible ending and moment.
Carlos Marenzo increases his lead to $43. $43 is the amount to beat. Drew Usher is at $15. So he would need to donate $30 to beat Carlos Marenzo here. And that's if Carlos decides to not keep donating. Never mind. So that's $45 now.
This cash-in won't be topped. Beat female cash-in.
So Carlos increased his lead to $45. So you would need to donate more than $30, Drew Usher, to retain your belt. To retain your belt, my friend. So we're gonna definitely gonna keep these donations going to see who ends up winning this. So right now, the amount to beat is $45. Carlos Marenzo is in first place to take the international championship. I'm going to give Drew Usher maybe a good solid 10 minutes. If Drew Usher does not answer, or if Dayton Romel doesn't answer within 10 minutes, I'm going to crown Carlos Marenzo. So Dayton, you are at $35. Second place, Carlos Marenzo is at $45. And third place is still Drew Usher with 15. So that is the rankings right now. So while we wait to see who ends up walking out as champ, I'm going to read some of your comments here. And once again, thank you all so much for these donations. These donations are fucking amazing. A crazy amount of donations coming in. Blessed to have it. Joseph Winters is telling Drew Usher to drop 50. Hey, Drew, if you drop 50, you'll probably end up winning, quite frankly. And that's if Carlos Marenzo decides not to challenge it. Ultra Shout 97 says, nowadays I can tolerate Steph. She's a very nice woman outside of her TV character. Well, yeah, because she's not doing what her dad told her to do. The reason why she was that annoying was because Vince was telling her to be that annoying. You know what I mean? Yes, the Soul Snatcher is a really, really good finisher. And she hits it every time. 3 Diglett says Soul Ruka is a standout. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. You'll never hear me disagree with that. Tony Lopez. Is Bischoff's and Hogan's company really freestyle wrestling? Cause that insurance probably gonna be costly. I haven't been watching. Has anybody been watching Hogan and Bischoff's freestyle wrestling? Cause I haven't. Is it good? Is it like actual like in-ring amateur wrestling, or is it like staged in-ring amateur wrestling? Cause I'm curious, like, is it really good? Trish equals GOAT. Carlos, you ain't said nothing but a word. Sankara, is it Sankara? Sankara 226 Thomas. Before getting here, I was watching your Triple H set up Evolution to fail. I'm so glad that you're objective. Yeah, man, like, yeah, like I was not happy with the build-up. I was looking forward to the show, but at the same time, it was like, I don't know, it's probably not going to do well because they're not building it as something important. They did at the last second. They got the people in there, but man, yeah, not a lot of people are fans of Jade. I can say, 3 Diglett says, I think Jade's attacked storyline is dead, and you don't see Bianca turning heel. Really? Well, that heel turn's really gonna save Jade right now. All right. Let me see. We'll do 5 more minutes. Drew Usher, Dayton Romel. If you guys don't answer the call, Carlos Marenzo, I believe, will be the new international champ, and he will defend the belt at SummerSlam. I'm waiting on Drew Usher. He dropped like $5 and then split. If he's here or not, we're gonna find out. The Funkodactyl song was great. Funky's on the road. Okay, that low key was a banger. I hate the gimmick, but the song was actually a banger. Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mama. Hey, by the way, $5 if you can tell me who had that song first. Because that song was originally for somebody else. Some of you won't know it. I do. Let me see here. The best women's cash-in ever. Oh yeah, Naomi. 100%. 100%. Somebody call my mama. Let me see here. All right. Wait, just gotta drop. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just gotta drop in from my Cash App. Is it from Drew Usher? Yep.
I donated 45 on other app.
Gotcha. I just saw it, Drew Usher. Thank you. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, there it is. All right, and then you just donated.
If you Googled it, it don't count. Stop it, chat.
So $45. Plus 2, that's 47. So 47 plus his 15 puts him at $62. All right, so Drew Usher, you would need to donate. Oh my goodness, wait a minute.
For Evolution 3, I can see WWE going for a bigger venue. After tonight, don't know where, but maybe a 20 to 30K venue.
They should. They could easily do, I won't say stadium size, but like, yeah, something around 20, 30. I can see that happening next year. Wow, so Carlos Marenzo just jumped to $65, and Drew Usher, you are now at, because you were at 15, then you did 45, and then you did 2, so that's 62. Drew Usher just did 20, he was at 45, so Drew Usher is back in the league. You know, actually, Carlos Marenzo is back in the league with $65. Drew Usher's at 62. Ooh. Oh, this is going back and forth. Yeah. Yeah. So, Carlos Marenzo's at 65. Drew Usher's is at 62. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Drew Usher. I appreciate you for your donation, my dude. So for some reason, I have to accept your payments. I don't know why it's set up that way. Because I was just like, I didn't see it, but now. Okay. Well, Drew Usher just donated another $50. So 50 plus 62. Oh, I hate this. I hate math. 112. Right? 112. So Drew Usher is now at 112. So his, yeah, he did 95 off of Cash App, plus the $17 here on YouTube. Yeah, 112. So if you want to beat that, Carlos, you're gonna have to donate $50. Honestly, my dude, it might be a GG. Carlos, do you concede? Do you concede, Carlos? Because I think Drew Usher is just gonna keep giving me money over Cash App. Oh, I'm sorry. I asked you guys, did you know where the original song came from? I got distracted. I'm sorry. Who can get the original song? People said 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Oh, you really like this show. Oh yeah, positive grace all around. Carlos wants the belt.
Last one eyes.
Carlos Marenzo said, all right, Drew. He said last one. This puts Carlos Marenzo at 115. And Drew Usher is at 112. What you gonna do, Drew? You just gotta donate $3 more. Well, 5 actually, or 10. Cause Carlos Marenzo said that's about it. So let me catch up with the rest of the chat. So 115, Carlos Marenzo, 112 with Drew Usher.
I like this back and forth. Haven't seen a super chat back and forth in a while. Great job, gentlemen.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you're going to see one at SummerSlam, Mr. Three Diglets. Especially since you'll be going out strong this next month or so. Okay, let me see if you guys can guess who owned the theme song here as I'm catching up. Yep, there it is. Ernest the Cat. Ernest the Cat. Oh, that was your last one.
SS looking interesting. Roman versus Braun.
So Carlos Marenzo just increased his lead to 125. I'm gonna see if Drew Usher is gonna drop any more, and he did. Yep, there it is. And now Drew Usher has dropped another 30. So that's gonna increase his lead to 142 to 125. Drew Usher dropped another 30 on us. So I think Drew Usher is now in the lead with 142. Carlos, do you concede? Do you concede, my friend, or do you want to keep going? Thank you, by the way. I do appreciate you guys. Carlos was at 115. Carlos is at 125. Yeah. Oh, this is going good. And then Drew Usher said he'll drop another 100 if he has to. How much you want to go, Carlos? He already called his shot. He said another 100. He said he's not losing this belt. He wants to keep going. He wants to keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah.
Keep going.
Carlos said, I want this. You're going to have to fight me, Drew Usher. I love it. Carlos Marenzo now puts him at 145 over Drew Usher's 142. Jesus Christ almighty. I love it. You love to see it. We'll keep going until one of them just decides to call it. Let me see here. Yes, you guys got it. Ernest the Cat Miller. Ernest the Cat Miller. Yes, I know some of you Googled it. And that's fine. I'm cool with y'all Googling it. Yeah, Drew. He said, drop it. Carlos Marenzo said, I dare you. Did I see the update on Seth Rollins? Yeah, about him being in the, about him being backstage, but in a, knee brace. I did see that. Who actually knew it was Ernest the Cat Miller I was talking about? Like, who actually didn't Google it? Like, be honest. Trey Lucado said he didn't Google it. You for real?
As Miz would say, really?
147, 145. We're going to be doing this now. Going up little by little. Drew Usher said, baby, you best not miss when you come for me. Drew Usher increased his lead to 147. Y'all help me keep track, because now we're getting into this. Oh, my goodness. Oh, it's been a minute since we got back and forth. Already. I love it. Hey.
Really? Real.
What is that? 155 to 147? Jesus Christ, guys. Help me stay up with Jesus. 147, 155. Carlos Marenso's back in the lead. Just like the old days. I know, Three Deglets, I know. Maybe you'll be able to have this in your last month. Super chatting. Manuel Nogales doing commentary. A&B Convos. Loving this Super Chat exchange. We gotta attend to one of the sick channel mascots. See everyone tomorrow for Raw's Live Watch Along. Please go check out A&B Convos Watch Along tomorrow. And thank you so much for joining me here, A&B. Travis Cunningham is keeping track of the score. Thank you. And Firestar Heart, you're absolutely right. These guys are awesome. So in the lead is Carlos Marenso, 155. Drew Usher, 147. We're going to see how they donate next. And Drew Usher just dropped a $50 donation on Cash App. Another one. And another one. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So $50 puts Drew Usher at 197. Oh my God. 197. So, Jesus, the math.
When do you see Blake winning the title?
That's a good question. Well, she's doing a feud with Jordan Grace, so she's probably not going to win it until maybe around Survivor Series. That is a good question, though. I would like for her to win it soon. So Carlos Marenso is now at 175 to 197. Oh my goodness. We'll keep this going if we have to. What was that, 202? Drew Usher increases his lead to 202, 175. This, my friends, is a slobber knocker. We're going to be doing this all night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll keep this going. We'll keep this going as long as we need to. Thank you for keeping track, by the way. 175 to 202. Manuel Nogales would Carlos tap out? We'll see. We'll go until one of them taps out. Drew said he's gonna at least drop 100. Yeah, Drew, you're at 202. Alright, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, Carlos Marenso says he is tapping out. Drew Usher will retain the International Super Chat Championship. Yeah. Hey, Carlos. You came with it, my friend. You came with it tonight. Respect, my man. That was a fight. And that's the kind of fight that the champs look forward to. Shake on it. But yeah, don't get in trouble with the bank. Don't get in trouble with the bank. You can always come back and donate again in 3 ways. You can challenge with the belt again. We'll do another round between the two of you on night 1 of SummerSlam, because that's the next time Drew Usher will be defending his belt. And That's definitely going to be fun to watch. So, I think we can all agree that there will be no more challengers following that. And thank you so much for the donations over Cash App. And I'm definitely going to use that to enjoy my birthday, bro. And by the way, y'all, feel free to donate for my birthday through my Cash App if you want to. I'm not saying you have to. But yeah, my birthday's coming up on the 17th. Whatever you donate, I'm going to use to celebrate. Treat myself. You know what I mean? Go out to a bar or, check out the ladies at a club or something. Or matter of fact, Monday Night Raw's coming up on the 20th. Whatever you donate. Actually, no. I don't think this money's going to be enough to buy a ticket because the tickets are super expensive. Did y'all see the tickets for Monday Night Raw? Ridiculously expensive. Fuck off. I think the good seats for Monday Night Raw are like, I'm not joking you, for a ticket, a good seat's like 200 something. I think 250 last I checked. I'm not joking. It's like 250 for a good seat. Yeah, it's some bullshit. I know. It's some bullshit. I'm telling y'all. But, listen, whatever you donate to me, that's what I'm going to use to celebrate my birthday. But, still, your reigning, defending, undisputed Superchat champion of the world, the Savior, Drew Usher. Drew Usher retains the belt. He would defend his belt once again in 3 weeks at SummerSlam. Night 1. So, Night 1 will be the international belt. Night 2 will be the world belt. And 3 Diglets already said that ain't no one beating him until we get to Clash in Paris. So, good luck. And then he already talked about dropping the biggest donation by the time we get to Clash in Paris. All right. Let's see if he stays true to his word. That's going to be crazy. Yeah, like, tickets for reps. These WWE tickets are ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, even I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here. And thank you for the birthday wishes, guys. And, 3 Diglets sent me a little something. You didn't have to do that, man. You didn't have to do that, 3 Diglets. 3 Diglets. I appreciate that, bro. 3 Diglets dropped $100 for me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Carlos. Carlos. You want to go after the world title on night 2? Carlos. If you come for the king, you best not miss. 'Cause 3 Diglets don't miss. But please come for the belt. 3 Diglets is begging you. He's begging for a challenger. Oh, SummerSlam's gonna be fun. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. It is late. It's past midnight, so let me go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. This is one of the best pay-per-views all year. Please go out of your way to see it if you have not. Thank you all for watching. 3 Diglets say, excuse me! Thank you all for watching. As you file out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. Thank you for the birthday wishes. You will see me in, 24 hours, because I'll be up here to do a live review on Raw. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time, right here in Alyx's World, the place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out. Peace. When you're